Surah 19, Maryam. By the one who is denoted by the name Allah, who created my being with his names in accord with the meaning of the letter B, the Rahman, the Rahim, Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. Remember, dhikr, the grace of your Rabb, Lord, to his servant Zechariah, when he had introspectively turned to his Rabb. My Rabb, indeed my bones have weakened, and my hair has become white. My Rabb, never have I been disappointed in my prayers to you. Indeed, I fear what the successors after me may do, and my wife is barren, so grant from Ladun, the potential of the names comprising my essence, a successor for me, who will be my heir and the heir of the family of Jacob. And, my Rabb, make him of those who live according to your pleasure. O Zechariah, we give you the good tidings of a boy whose name will be John. We have not assigned this name to anyone before him. Zechariah said, My Rabb, how can I have a son when my wife is barren and I have reached the extreme and old age? And thus it is, your Rabb says, it is easy for me, for when you were nothing worthy of mention, I created you. Zechariah said, My Rabb, give me a sign. He said, Your sign is that you will not be able to speak to the people for 3 nights, although being sound, healthy in body. So Zechariah came out of the shrine and signaled to them to exalt Tesbih in the morning and evening. O John, hold firmly unto the knowledge of the reality when we taught John the reasons underlying matters and the ability to read the system. He was only a child. And we bestowed him with the spiritual life and purity, alms, from our Ladun. He was ever so sensitive in protection. So is this the case where purity and alms are the same word? Sadiq? He was kind to his parents. He was neither a tyrant nor a rebel. Salam, wholeness, was upon him on the day he came to the world, the day he tasted death, and the day he was resurrected as an immortal. This denotes resurrection takes place immediately after death, and remind them of Mary and the knowledge that came to you, how she withdrew from her family and retreated to a far place in the east of the shrine. She secluded herself from them. We disclosed our spirit, the form of knowledge, wave, materialized data, to her, and he appeared to her as a full human. Mary said, I seek refuge in the Rahman from you, so do not approach me if you are of the protected. The Spirit said, I am the Rasul, messenger of your Rabb. I have been disclosed to grant you a pure son. Mary said, How can I have a son when no man has touched me, and I have not been unchaste? Thus it is, your Rabb says, it is easy for me, we will disclose him as a miracle for the people and as a grace from us. This is a matter decreed, already done. So Mary conceived him, Jesus, and withdrew with him to a remote place. When the pain of childbirth drove her to grasp the branch of a palm tree, she exclaimed, Oh, I wish I had died before this, and was completely forgotten. Then a voice below her said, Do not grieve, your Rabb has formed a stream beneath you. Shake the branch of that palm tree toward yourself, and it will drop upon you ripe, fresh dates. So eat, drink, and be happy. And if you see anyone say, I have vowed a fast of silence for Rahman, the Beneficent, I will not speak today to anyone. When Mary came to her family with him in her arms, they said, O Mary, indeed you have done a terrible thing. O sister of Aaron, your father was not an indecent man, and your mother was not an unchaste woman. As Mary had vowed fast, she only pointed to the child, suggesting they should ask him. They said, How can we talk to a baby in the cradle? Baby Jesus spoke, Indeed, I am a servant of Allah. He gave me knowledge, book, and made me a Nabi, exemplar prophet. He made me prosperous Wherever I may be, he enjoined upon me salat, living in a constant state of introspective turning to my Rabb, and purity. For as long as I live, he made me kind to my mother, not a tyrant destitute. So salam, peace is upon me, on the day I came to the world, the day I taste death, and the day I am resurrected as an immortal. And thus was Jesus, the Son of Mary, the truth about which they fall into doubt. It is not for Allah, the Ahad, the Samad, other than whom nothing exists, to take a son, exalted upon as he. If he decrees an affair, he only says to it be, and it is. Indeed, Allah is my Rabb, and your Rabb. Realize your servitude to him, and this is the straight path. Then those of differing opinions, blinded from the unity of Uluhiyah, fell into dispute, slandered Allah. Woe to those who deny the knowledge of the reality during that dreadful time. They will hear and see the reality the day they come to us. But the wrongdoers today are in clear error, so warn them about the period of longing when the consequences of matters will be faced. Their matter will be concluded while they are cocooned and in a state of disbelief. Neither the earth nor anything on it will remain. All of them will be returned to us, their essential reality. Remember Dhikr, Abraham, in the knowledge that came to you. Indeed, he was a man of truth, a Nabi, newsbearer. Abraham said to his father, O my father, why do you worship things that cannot hear you, see you, or benefit you in any way? O my father, indeed, the knowledge that has been disclosed to you has been disclosed to me. So follow me, and I will guide you to a straight path. O my father, do not serve Satan. Indeed, Satan disobeyed the Rahman, the Beneficent. O my father, I fear that a punishment will touch you from the Rahman, and you will become a companion of Satan, become confined within the bounds of the physical body in the life to come. His father said, Are you turning away from my gods, O Abraham? I swear, if you do not desist, I will have you stoned to death. Stay away from me for a prolonged time. Abraham said, Salam, peace be upon you. I will ask forgiveness for you of my Rabb. Indeed, he is ever generous to me. I will distance myself from you and those who you invoke besides Allah, and pray to my Rabb. I expect not to be disappointed as a result of introspectively turning to the divine qualities within my essence. When Abraham left them and those they invoked besides Allah, we bestowed him with Isaac and Jacob. We made each of them a Nabi. We bestowed them from our grace and granted them the supreme force of articulation of the knowledge pertaining to truthfulness, experiential confirmation of the reality, and remind of Moses too from the knowledge that came to you. Indeed, he was chosen, aware of his servitude to Allah, and he was a Rasul, messenger prophet, and a Nabi, exemplar prophet. We called to him from the right side of the mount, the right side of his ego, from his essential reality, and brought him to a state of nearness, a state in which he was able to hear the calling of the reality. And we gave to him from our grace his brother Aaron as a Nabi, awakener of the inner fruit. And remember Ishmael, from the knowledge that came to you. Indeed, he was true to his promise, that he will not be negligent of his servitude to Allah, and he was a Rasul and a Nabi, sent one and bringer out of the spiritual side. He used to command his family to experience salat, orisons, and purity, alms. In the sight of his Rabb, he was in the state of the pleasing self, nafs al-mardiya. And remind of Idris from the knowledge that came to you. Indeed, he was a man of truth and a Nabi. We raised him to an exalted station. They are those upon whom Allah bestowed favor from among the Anbiya, exemplar prophets, the descendants of Adam, and of those we carried with Noah on the boat, and of those we led to the reality from the descendants of Abraham and Israel, Jacob, and whom we chose from pre-eternity. When the proofs of the Rahman's existence are recited to them, they prostrate in a state of pure observation and certainty and cry. And this is a verse of prostration. You put you face Mecca, you put your nose and forehead on the ground, each hand, each knee, each foot, and say appropriate supplications and our verses or statements. But there came after them descendants who neglected prayer, introspective turning to one's essence, and followed their desires, the impulses driven by the idea of being the body and baseless ambitions. They will soon find themselves in the pit of Gaia, the pit of hell, from which they will not be able to escape, except those who repent, believe, and fulfill the requirements of their faith. They will enter paradise and will not be subject to injustice in any way. Rahman has promised his servants from the unknown paradises of Eden, reflection of attributes. Indeed, his promise has been fulfilled. They will not hear any gossip there, only salam. The meaning of this name, salam, will manifest, and hence their speech will be about the reality disclosing from their own essence, and they will have their sustenance therein morning and evening. This is the paradise that we will give as inheritance to our servants who protect themselves, not only in action, but also in thought. We only become revealed dimensionally with the command of your Rabb. Everything within and outside and beyond our knowledge belongs to him. The concept of forgetfulness does not apply to him. He is the Rabb of everything between the heavens and the earth, so become aware of your servitude to him and persevere in your worship to him. Have you ever heard of or come to know anyone like him? Man says, we're referring to all humans here, gender neutral, will I be brought forth as an immortal after I have died? Does man not remember that we created him before while he was nothing? By your Rabb, we will resurrect them together with the devils, and we will surely gather them around hell on their knees. Then from every group we will extract for the fire those who are most fierce in denying the Rahman, most beneficent. For we know well who has deserved to burn in fire, and there is none among you who he will not pass through experience hell. This is by your Rabb a definite decree. Then we will save those who protected themselves, who exhibit the forces that become manifest as a result of living one's reality, and leave the transgressors on their knees when our proofs are clearly recited and informed to them. Those who deny the knowledge of the reality said to the believers, which of the two factions are better in position and association? We have destroyed many generations before them who were better in wealth and appearance. Say, whoever is in error, let the Rahman, most beneficent, extend his time until they see that which has been promised to them, the punishment, or that hour of death or doomsday. They will know who is more evil and weaker in army. Allah increases in knowledge of the reality those who are on the right path. In the sight of your Rabb, the deeds of faith are better in return and better as merit. Did you see the one who denied our signs and said, I will most definitely be given wealth and children? Has he attained knowledge from the unknown or taken word from the Rahman, the beneficent? No, we will record what he says and extend his suffering extensively. He will lose what he says, and we will be his inheritor, and he will come to us alone. They took deities besides the law as a source of supremacy for themselves. No, those deities are going to deny their worship and oppose them. Did you not see how he sent the devils upon those who deny the knowledge of the reality, so they play with them by inciting suspicion and groundless fear and illusion in them? So, do not be impatient concerning them. We only count the days for them. In the period when we gather the protected ones to the Rahman to receive his offerings, and dispatch the guilty ones to hell, yearning for water, none in the sight of the law will be able to intercede except those who have been given a covenant from the Rahman, those through whom the names have become manifest from their essential reality. They said, Rahman has taken a son. Indeed, we have done an atrocious thing. Because of this, the heavens almost shatter, the earth splits open, and the mountains collapse in devastation, because they attribute a son to the Rahman. Such concepts, like taking a son, are not befitting for the Rahman. Whoever is in the heavens and the earth is in servitude to the Rahman. Indeed, Rahman knows them in detail and in many ways. In the period of the doomsday, all of them will come to him as one. Those who believe and fulfill the requirements of their faith, Rahman will form love for them. We have made it easy through your narration so that you give good tidings to those who protect themselves and warn the stubborn ones with it. And we have destroyed many people before them. Do you feel any of them or hear any of their whisperings now? And so anything that people take as deities, whether it's real or not, they're going to testify, hey, we're not deities. And people talk about stuff like Moha and Maya like it's inherent, but no. Moha, illusion and delusion are what is put upon things. And by Maya, illusion, and Moha, delusion, I'm using the Sanskrit terms there, but because a lot of people say the world's not real and all this. It's like, yeah, whether it's the actual mental worlds or the actual spiritual worlds or the actual physical worlds, it's all real, or just interpretations and perceptions may be off.